taking off like a Boeing. If the volume spikes, then it's time to trade. Mighty 90 setting up, it's time to get paid. Dr. Chad on the mic, time to get focused. We don't need any indicator, hocus pocus. It's all about the price, just watch it move. Manage your risks so you don't lose. First hour of trading is all we need. Focus on the patience and forget about greed.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's day trading live stream. Today is June 11th, Wednesday, CPI day. CPI was pre-market, got a little bump in stocks. S&P up 10, NASDAQ is up 58, Russell is up 12, Dow's up 27. So Russell the strongest of the four. Gold's up 0.5%, silver is down almost 1%. Notes and bonds a little bit green, 10-year yield down about 0.75%. Oil is up about 2, natural gas up 1.5, soybeans, wheat, and corn all up. Euro and the pound are both a little bit green, Bitcoin a little bit green. VIX, after the CPI release, pretty decent contraction, down 3%, 16.41 at the freeze. Biggest stock movers, GME had earnings, it's down 3%. A couple other small red. Netflix is small red. Microsoft basically unchanged. On the green side, IONQ is up 4.5. Tesla is up 3.5. Or excuse me, Tesla's up 3. FSLR is up 3. CoreWeave 3. Hood's up 1. And everything else just plus or minus tiny. So VIX contraction, so I'm not going to do a 1 DTE. We do have PPI tomorrow, pre-market. But nothing else really scheduled. Of course, we've got the China news that is supposedly kind of a done deal pending approval, but who knows? Could see some headlines on that today. Expected move in SPX just under 30 points. Pretty close to what it was yesterday. Yesterday was a little over 29. See what that shows right at the open. Got about a minute till the bell. How's everybody doing this morning? Licking your wounds, feeling refreshed? It's a new day. Yesterday's behind you. Everybody good? Everybody awake? Yeah, it stopped working yesterday, Tommy, and then Landon updated it, and it looks like it stopped working again. I've been in contact with Financial Juice, and they are not that helpful about it. They said they've had issues with that API connectivity to Discord, and so we'll try to reset it, try to get it fixed again. I'm not sure why it has done that the last couple days, but there is the opening bell. SPX expected move, 29.9. NDX 145.7. Expected move now being under 30 in SPX with vol contraction. RICS could be in play. Let me set one up and see what it looks like here. Let's see, what is it, 35 wide on the put side? I think 35 wide. Trading for about 14 bucks. So upside max profit 550, so right at about 30%. It's tradable. Pull it on my screen here. So with these strikes, yeah, that upside profit's still not quite even 35%, but I'm going to pass. But if you're interested in a RIC, it's starting to become starting to look like it's getting back into play. First move in the indices is a little bit down. Meta, Nvidia, Tesla, all above yesterday's high. And PLTR is pushing. PLTR is out now 2%. Banks are, well, Goldman's a little bit green. JP Morgan and Bank of America dipped into the red. MSTR is dipping into the red. Bitcoin is coming down. S&P is all the way back down to the CPI data release. So gave up all of the pop. Pop and drop. Apple's starting to bounce. Amazon right around unchanged. S&P and NASDAQ coming down towards unchanged. I guess the ES is a little bit red. Good morning, Damien. Microsoft bouncing back up into the green. Apple up to yesterday's highs. PLTR dipped back down to yesterday's high and is trying to bounce again. ARM is taken off. ARM is over 2% now. Looks like the strongest of the chips. Nvidia down to unchanged. Bitcoin bouncing back. After a quick dip, it bought it back right back up. Same with MSTR and HOOD and Coin. All right, crypto's acting like they want to rebound here. Got about 2 minutes. ARM could get a volume bar. Of course, you said Affirm. Let's see. How are the options in Affirm these days? Yeah, Affirm is there. I mean, 10 cents wide on a $60 stock. Not great. Let's see, what about ARM? ARM's about 15 cents wide or less. Well, the 145s are 5 cents, yeah. A little bit better. Still got a minute. It did get there. SMH bounced off of yesterday's high a couple times. Apple reversed after it ticked above yesterday's high. Bitcoin back up to highs of day. S&P and NASDAQ trying to bounce. So ARM is in play. It already kind of pulled back a little bit. Don't really have a level to manage risk around except for the bottom of that big volume bar. CrowdStrike. Crowd did not get there. Krish, what are you looking at this morning? You back on Orion charts? What are you doing? Yeah, get rid of Orion. All right, I'm going to focus on ARM here if I take anything on a volume runner basis. AMD acting weak. AVGO closed above pre-market highs. You could use pre-market high or yesterday's high as kind of a line in the sand for a continuation runner. PLTR, no continuation. Indices dipping a little bit again. Microsoft is acting strong. Tesla reversing. Not really reversing, but it's coming down. Nvidia is in the red. All right, I'm going to get in ARM here. 144 calls in ARM. Filled at 218. So the bottom of that bar that had the big volume is my line in the sand. It kind of pretty close to pre-market highs right there. So I may let it dip down to pre-market highs. In fact, I may add because I went in a little bit smaller. See how I want to see a reaction though. I'm not going to just buy more on the downswing. AVGO pop back up. AMD is acting really weak. So that 142.5 level, I want to see ARM hold that. Coinbase popping, Hood popping. Hood's got a big volume bar. Yeah, Goldman, JP, Bank of America all bouncing. PLTR trying to hold yesterday's high. Yep, there you go, Krish. Now crowd got your volume bar for you.
Order filled.
So coin had a big volume bar. It's pulling back to pre-market highs.
Order filled.
I would probably be interested in Hood if I wasn't already in ARM. Hood is just a little pullback below all-time highs, which I also like. right here. We're right at it. That pre-market high, kind of that 142.50 area. So it needs to, if it closes below that, this bar, I'm just going to bail. If it reacts here and if it starts to bounce, I might add. But I'm going to need a bounce. We're well below, dipping below pre-market highs, dipping below the big volume bar, so it's not looking good. It's not what I was looking for. Got about 3 minutes left on this bar. I'll give it another minute. See if this dip's going to get bought up quickly, but yeah, indices dipping into the red. Bitcoin all the way back down to lows. Ugh, Bitcoin is all over the place. Tesla dropping. AVGO is still holding. No, I'm not adding here. It's too far below my level. I mean, you could use yesterday's high, but I'm not going to give it that much room. I'm going to cut it unless it bounces here. Bounce or die, ARM. What's it going to be? SMCI dipping into the red. It's just kind of sitting here on yesterday's high. We've got about a minute left on this bar. I like AVGO long. All right, I'm out. Out at $1.35. I like AVGO though. I'm going to get in the 247.5 calls in AVGO. 247.5 calls in AVGO filled at 332. So nice hold above yesterday's high, above pre-market highs. It's just acting a lot stronger than a lot of these other chips. If we can get if the market can not flush, if the market can bounce, it should go. AVGO. Good job, Dark Avenger. You get a gold star for the day. All right, so I'm going to take first profit target at 375. If it makes a little push, hit 375, hit. Let's see, how's Hood doing? Hood's little dip got bought up. No continuation up towards highs yet. PLTR dipped below yesterday's high but popped back up. Nice relative strength in AVGO though. It's a nice move. That's what we want to see. That's the kind of horse we want to ride on. I'll put my next profit target at 420. If it can make another push up towards 249. Microsoft is all green so far today, pushing above yesterday's high, almost up to pre-market highs. 420 hit. So 2 PTs in AVGO. Down to runners. Down to a few runners. See if that bad boy can... So it's at 249. All-time highs is 265 and change. That'd be a big move, but kind of looks like it wants to start making its way back up towards that. Hood's starting to bounce for you hoodlums. Goldman Sachs is going through highs of day. Financials are popping. The big banks anyway. S&P and NASDAQ popping. AVGO ripping. Ripping. Up to 250. Let's see. Tesla kind of getting its dip getting bought up a little bit at the bottom, but no strength here yet. Still up 1.7% with the gap up. AVGO is getting a little mighty 90 volume spike, but I've just got a runner left. I'm going to let it run. Almost got a volume bar. I wouldn't doubt if it kind of pulls back or pauses here at that volume spike, but it's okay. First day drinking coffee in a while. I've been on the mushroom coffee lately. Decided to dip back into the real stuff today. It's pretty good. Pretty tasty. Yeah, I don't know. Is that mushroom stuff? What is that? It's got mushrooms in it. They call it mushroom coffee, I guess. S&P, NASDAQ up to yesterday's high. Man, Bitcoin's all over the place. Just can't find any direction. TSM is starting to bounce. It's staying strong. So TSM and AVGO are kind of the strongest of the chips. NVIDIA is trying to get back to break even on the day. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Microsoft is could be going for another all-time high. Just under it. So yeah, I mean, you could definitely use yesterday's high as kind of your line in the sand and see if that's got some continuation to it. Yeah, AVGO just kind of pausing here. MU just chop. AMD weak. SMH chop. ARM just kind of, I mean, had the big push up, big push down. SMCI weak. TSM's kind of choppy but strong. Tesla ticked through lows again. Banks staying strong. Hood never could make a push, could it? Still holding, but with that bounce we saw in the indices, I would have liked to see, and Bitcoin, I would have liked to see a push through highs in Hood if I was in it. So Tesla just kind of came back, almost dipping down to yesterday's high. It may just be filling the old gap before it takes off again. Keep my eye on it. If it starts showing some relative strength, I won't be afraid to get in old Tesla. My buddy Tesla. Oh, Damien, you hit it first PT. Nice on that pop. All right, so we got AVGOs kind of dipping a little bit with that volume spike. TSM is pushing through highs, getting a little volume spike of its own. Could look at that as a mighty 90 short. MU now trying to break out of its consolidation. SMH starting to pop. So showing some strength in some of these chips. AVGO is now just kind of pausing, but see if it jumps on the chip train. NVIDIA trying to get back in the green. Netflix pushing through highs. Indices trying to continue their bounce. Bitcoin back up towards highs. It dipped, back to highs, back to lows, now back to highs. In a, what is that, about a 100-point move, 100-point range. What are you in NVIDIA, Damien? Netflix popped. Right, but what's your strategy there? What's your plan on that one? Tesla starting to bounce. MU's little pop got pushed back down. Microsoft dipping a little bit below yesterday's high. Indices just kind of pausing. $327. So it's at 144. NVIDIA's at 144, so I'm not sure. Anyway, just making sure you have a plan. Just making sure you got a line in the sand. That's the most important thing. All right, so AVGO's little dip getting bought up a little bit, while some of these other chips are getting pushed down. Apple is acting weak. It's chopping around unchanged. I'm going to throw on an early Elmo here. Early Elmo is 45 wide. No, I didn't see that. I've only seen one of those episodes, and when they announced the automation. So I haven't had a chance to watch any of those, but yeah, I'll check the one out with Mark. Yeah, he was actually, I saw a YouTube video that he was kind of talking about the Wooga. Didn't call it the Wooga though. Gotta give Wooga credit. Where's Wooga? Wooga's been MIA. I gotta reach out to Wooga. So AVGO still holding. Microsoft still holding. Indices still just chopping around yesterday's high. Pretty choppy, kids. Pretty choppy. Don't get too big here. Just let things play out. Let things start moving before you trade with any size here. Meta pushing down towards lows. Still holding my AVGO runners. Netflix pushing through highs. All-time highs in Netflix 1262. It's pulled back the last few days, currently at 1212. Yeah, from what I understand, Mark's strategy is he sells synthetic strangles managed like Bix every 5 minutes all day long. And then he also has basically a 1 DTE RIC to kind of hedge. I think that's kind of the main basis of his fund anyway. AVGO just chopping near the top. MSTR bouncing. Bitcoin back up to highs. See if it can break out. Hood's getting a little pop now. Kind of traded down to the bottom of that range. MSTR trying to go green. Coin trying to stay green. Microsoft creeping back up towards highs. Indices the same, trying to bounce a little bit.
Order filled. Order cancelled. Order filled.
Visa. How are Visa's options? Visa just hit all-time highs. All right, so about 10, 12 cents wide, but it's a $375 stock. That's definitely tradable. Yeah, kind of chopped above yesterday's high and then took off. Definitely acting strong compared to a lot of things. Microsoft starting to pop up towards pre-market highs. AVGO trying to pop up towards highs. You guys still in hood? That thing is just not moving. All right, guys, I am going to wrap the stream. I'm not seeing anything else I'm going to jump into anytime soon here. Microsoft's taken off, so if you got in that Dark Avenger, that one's looking good now. About $1 pop there from yesterday's high. Tesla made a nice bounce, kind of getting pushed back down now. Indices kind of creeping towards highs of day. VIX sideways creeping towards lows. That Elmo I just put on is up 11%. So premium getting sucked out. I may, if we keep chopping a little bit longer, I may put on a little bit of a later morning Rick. See if we can get a move. But all right, all. I will try to find something good for another trade to post in the day trades channel. Another trade or two today. But otherwise, everybody have a great day, and we'll see you in Power Hour. Take care. Cheers.